Today's episode is brought to you by In My Bag Apparel and Customs. In My Bag is a brand that collaborates with talented artists from across the country to bring some unique and exclusive concepts to life at a reasonable price. For $15 off your first purchase, visit whatnot.com/invite/in_my_bag 2023. That's whatnot.com/invite/in_my_bag 2023 for $15 off your first purchase. And make sure to check them out on Instagram as well at @in_my_bag 2023. Did you know Vikings didn't wear horn helmets?
Only these dudes in Minnesota do, yeah.
They look dumb as hell now, huh?
Little horny little bastards, something.
Like, school! There is no archaeological evidence, popular and mythical, or popular myth came to 19th century romanticism. They think they did it, but apparently they didn't. What's good, everybody? Welcome back to the Playbook Podcast. I'm Prescott because today is Tuesday, June 24th. I almost said July. My wife's birthday is right around the corner. I got that on the brain. My anniversary is next month too. Got on the brain. But regardless, I'm not trying to be rude, not thinking about you. What's good, CR? Good to have you back on the mic with you, man. How you doing, man?
I'm cool. I'm just chilling. Watching the kids play in the basement. It used to be a man cave, but
my garage used to be my man cave, but again, like with Alaska, man, when it gets to like that negative 30 degrees, and like we can't have anything nice in here. The car's got to stay in here if we can.
It was 100 degrees today, man. I'll take negative 30 over 100 any day.
Yeah, I mean, you say that.
No, I hate the heat. I do. I absolutely despise the heat. Anything over 70 is too hot for me.
Once again, man, you say that, but that negative 30 with the wind chill is just an absolute bro.
I've been there. I delivered mail. I was a mailman. Polar vortex, frozen eyelashes and everything. I'll send you the picture when we're done. Like I've been there. I get it. A lot of Vaseline so the wind don't hurt my face and everything. And yeah, I hate this heat. This heat made me want to murder people.
Well, and that's I sent that link or that picture in the group chat. This is y'all. This is the sun chasing y'all in Mario 3, trying to kill y'all.
That's exactly what it's doing. Like, man, I told my buddy, I'm like, bro, I couldn't have been a slave. They would have get out there, man. You got me fucked up, man. I'm not. You just gonna have to beat me, cause I'm not. Nah, man, it's hot. I'm cool.
Whatever happens, happens.
I'll go work in the house today. Like, I'm not doing that.
So you always give me fucked up with that because I have no idea how to respond. But I know that we know each other well enough where it's not a big deal. But goddamn, like the white person doing this, I feel weird sometimes. But the OKC, go ahead.
Oh, I got a little breaking news. Boston, Atlanta, and Brooklyn are finalizing a 3-team trade that sends Kristaps Porzingis and a second-round pick to the Hawks, Terrence Mann and Atlanta's number 22 pick to the Nets, and George Niang and a second-rounder to the Celtics.
Why is the NBA and professional sports always trying to ruin my podcast? I swear to God, every time that I'm just trying to have a good time with you guys. And they always ruin it with something that's breaking news. So Kristaps goes to where?
To Atlanta. So, yeah.
Oof.
I guess.
So I guess at that point in time, we'll get to the actual docket below in a moment. So what they're basically just doing is that they just want to get more offensive firepower, even though
I
that's
think
not
it's
really
more of a salary dump for Boston than anything. Like, they traded Drew earlier today. and now they're getting
Yeah,
rid of
which
Porzingis.
I understand because he's in his mid-30s. Like he's a good hooper, but
Yeah, this does nothing for me, like for
it's just
for
names being traded.
pretty much. That's all it is for me. I wouldn't be surprised if Atlanta sends Porzingis someplace else before the season starts because I don't know how he really fits with what they're doing. I mean, I guess you got Capella, who's a free agent, but you got Okongwu down there. What's his name?
Yeah, but
Jalen Johnson coming
Porzingis
back.
also Porzingis also isn't going to play like legitimately in the post on defense or offense.
Yeah, so I think Porzingis ends up someplace else. Like at this point in his career, I think he needs to be on championship contending teams. Like I don't. Atlanta ain't that.
He's not the number one dude. I mean, he wasn't even he he only won a ring because he finally got good or got healthy during their playoff run last year. He
Yeah,
didn't even
I mean,
contribute to anything.
but when he is out there, he's good, but he's just not really out there. Like
He's good. Yeah.
we can call him leap years. Every couple years he's there.
We
But for the
that's what
most
we should
part,
do. Yeah, we just call him February 29th. That's his new
yeah,
nickname.
that's it.
But yeah, I wasn't aware of that. And I didn't really have anything as far as talking points as far as the other trade that happened today. But if you want to bring up your perspective on it, we can. Or we can just go back into the finals
So,
and what's going on there.
salary dump, another salary dump, getting rid of. Like Anthony Simon's not a scrub, but he's not gonna really give you much defensively. I don't know what they're doing as far as like the point guard position. Like, is Derek White your point guard now? Because Simons isn't it. But next year is like a throwaway year for me for Boston anyway. Like Tatum is out. You just got rid of Porzingis. You got rid of Drew. Yeah, Simons will give you 20 a night. He'll also give up 20 a night too on the other end. So,
Right.
yeah,
And that was where I was going with because this feels like because of the timeliness of the Tatum injury, it feels like they say, hey, you know what? With our history, with our culture, which is very loosely used, say, hey, we can get to be a better defender. Maybe you can, maybe you can't. But at this point in time, it feels like they just want to try to outscore dudes and still be in contention, or you're willing to just be exciting and then let Tatum take basically the entire year off.
I mean, I don't
That's
know
what it
what.
feels like.
Yeah, I don't know what Simon's contract situation is. This is just me thinking. I don't have any insight or anything, but I'm like, all right, well, we give Simons a winning culture and see if maybe we can boost his value and flip him for a cheaper asset in a year. I don't know. That's just I don't see how he fits long term, but we'll see.
And honestly, I really don't either. Just mostly because that is what they're supposedly built on is we want to play good defense, but obviously there's Tatum who I have mixed emotions about Tatum and how good he actually is. I know that he's very good at basketball. I'm not going to do the whole he's overrated, underrated, but I don't know, man. You didn't win Finals MVP, and it feels like I don't want to put the injury on him either. That seems like it's unjustified. But for Boston, it just feels like what they're trying to do is they're trying to tread water and get a little bit because like Simons is still really he's still really young. So
Mhm.
what you're trying to do is like maybe it feels like what they're trying to do is instill the Celtics culture with Missoula to be able to get him to be better defensively so you can still have White who mentors him. But from everything that I understand is that or what people tell me is that, the younger players don't want to hear anything from the old heads, So which one's it going to be? Is it you're trading for just scoring because that's how the NBA is going, or is it because you think that your coaching staff is so good that you can get him to actually play defense as well, and then replace what you just lost?
I believe it's the latter, like that they believe that he'll buy in. You get him in a winning situation, a part of that Celtic culture that they've built, and he can take off because he's a talented kid. He just he doesn't pass a lot or well, and
He
he's
doesn't pass well or a lot, but
he's a tiny shooting guard, but when he gets it going, he can score with the best of them.
no. And again, I think that's what they're trying to. I know that. So when it comes to Boston, when we're putting this thing in a vacuum, it just feels like we saw with Dallas last year is that you had Luca, and he's the offensive dominant guy. And
Mhm.
the way he got there is because he's so offensively gifted, but everybody else was defensive oriented, and everybody kind of bought into what, hey, this is the dude. Do we agree with it? Maybe yes or no, but we're all going to kind of buy in. And it feels like they're kind of doing the same thing with Anthony, where we need more buckets if Tatum's going to be out the entire year. We need more buckets, but we trust how we play defense, and
Mhm.
maybe they buy into it. Maybe I'm reading too much into it.
No, I 100% agree with you. Like, because you get players someplace, and if they buy in, you might be getting a steal. Like the talent is there. He's been a part of a terrible organization. I don't want to call it a terrible organization. They're not terrible. They just haven't won recently. He was solid next to Damian Lillard. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I agree. And we'll get back into the real quick as far as the very first thing that we had on the totem pole, or last, depending on how you look at totem poles, is,
Mhm.
because there is a hierarchy apparently with that, is Thunder beat Pacers. Do you think this becomes the next like dynasty? Because what I've seen over the past, what we've seen collectively is over the past 10 years is that we've had no repeat champions, and people always tell me that they want the dynasties, but they want parity. So one, which one do you actually want? Not maybe actually you personally, and then what do you think that the actual society wants? And then could they actually
Personally,
potentially be?
personally, I don't care about the parody. Like I think it's overblown. Like I want I want I want the dynasties because I want the rivalries. Like I don't feel like you get the hardcore rivalries with parody. Like I want to see I want to see Boston and Denver. That's what I wanted to see. I want to see them go head to head for like the next 5 years. Didn't happen. It's not gonna happen. The Thunder aren't going anywhere. So I want to see somebody emerge from the East or somebody from the West and go at it week by week. I mean, week by week, year by year. I want to see them go head to head and just hit each other in the mouth a couple times. 12 round fight. I think it's going to be OKC and San Antonio.
Starting this upcoming year.
That's what I'm hoping for. I mean, it really all depends on how Wemby develops. If he develops the way people believe that he will, and I believe that he will, it could be as soon as this year. Still got to worry about Denver and a couple of, so it might be a year or so away, but the Spurs have as much young talent as OKC.
Yeah,
They just need their SGA. So
they just
is
need
it
SGA.
Castle? Is it Dylan Harper, who they'll probably take tomorrow?
I
You got
mean,
Vassell. You got Fox. You got some dudes.
it's to me, it's not that they don't have dues. I think the thing with me when it comes to when it comes to OKC being like a dynasty, that's to me that's a question that we're gonna have for a little bit. And challenging them, San Antonio to me is going to be that's a long stretch thing. Like they are not going to win. To me, they're not winning a championship this year and probably not next year. Could it happen and they absolutely blow the brakes off of all of us and they essentially mind fuck us? Maybe. But to me, San Antonio is a non-player right now.
I feel like everybody's a non-player, really, except OKC. Like, I don't see any team in the NBA is currently constructed beating them 4 times in a 7-game series
See,
because they're
but
only going to get better.
well, this is the problem that we run into is because I'm glad that you said that, but I can see it from that perspective, but it's also we've been doing this every single year for the last basically 7 years. Like we don't have a repeat champion. The Lakers, we don't want to say that wasn't 7 years ago, but we want to downplay the bubble. But some people say it was the most difficult championship ever. Some say it was the most or the least challenging one. Um, then you had the Bucks, and Giannis is going to take over, and the Celtics were going to take over, but and in Denver, and they were going to take over because they had Jokic, who's the best player in the NBA. It just feels like we just want to anoint these guys and these teams way too early and say, well, they're the next dynasty. We don't really know that.
No, you're 100% correct. The only reason I feel that way about OKC is just because they're so young and they have so many assets going for like they got a lottery pick tomorrow. You just won the
Which is
championship
stupid.
and you have a lottery pick and you have juice. Honestly, you have enough assets to go up and get basically any player you want outside of 1 and 2. So
Yeah,
like
because
that,
you mentioned this last week that Sam Presti because or whoever had the number 3 pick.
Philly.
Yeah, so it wasn't Sam Presti. I sorry, Daryl Morey. That was my fault. I misspoke on that. But you've mentioned that like they could even reach out to number 3. So, but it's just for me the way that I look at this thing is that we continuously say that we want dynasties, we want parity. Which was it going to be? And then we look at um, OKC and how they're currently constructed, but not even just that is that we're constantly being told that well they can't hold on to everybody. Do you think that they care? They have all the picks in the world. It feels like they can develop everybody. They're not worried about it.
Yeah.
They're
Outside
treating
of
this
the
like it's they're treating like it's Madden when you win a Super Bowl in 2003 Madden and like all the attributes get spiked.
see, I was thinking about it earlier. I think they run their team like a MLB team. Like we have our core, SGA, Williams, Holmgren, and we're going to use these picks, draft guys with high ceilings, develop them. So when it's time for them to get paid, all right, well, we got this guy in the pipeline. We're going to ship you off like we did Josh Giddey, get a valuable asset, and we're going
So
to keep it moving.
so this feels like they're treating it almost like
A minor league
L-
system.
well one like a modeling system which I do agree, but if we're trying to keep it consistent with professional sports, it does feel like they're treating it almost like the Patriots would. I'm going to get rid of you before I have to pay you more or keep on. I know you've been great for us for 5 years, but now you're, you know, 31. I'm not going to repay you. I'm good to let you go or trade you. And it feels like that's kind of what their mindset is. But also, let me ask you this. Do you think that there's a chance that Sam Presti could get poached?
No, not
You
at
think
this
he's
point. I think there wasn't a chance. I know for a fact there was a chance, but at this point, I think he's on some Billy Bean type stuff, and it's like I'm here. This is where I want to be. Like you'd have to come president of basketball operations and give him like a deal you can't refuse on some Godfather type stuff, right?
so you don't
Yeah.
think there's any there's no chance in his mind that he's like, I've done my work here.
Yeah,
I
no,
should move on because look, man, you know as well as I do, ownership and players, they got egos.
absolutely.
You don't think he wants to do like the whole Epstein thing?
I mean, the Epstein thing I think is an outlier because it's like, all right, I broke the curse in Boston, and it's just
Right.
like I got like, man, my nuts are so big, I'm gonna go do it in Chicago too. So
Right. But the fact that he did in
unless,
Chicago too is the other point.
oh
It's like
man,
he did it at two different spots.
look, Braxton name was almost Theo, so I wasn't gonna do Epstein. I would have did Theo, but I wasn't gonna put the Epstein in there. No, but I don't see it. I don't see it. He doesn't. I don't know him, but he just doesn't seem like that's his mo. Especially now, like he has a war chest to play with. Why leave now? Like you're on your way to becoming a Hall of Fame GM. Honestly,
I
why?
I will say this because like there's part of me like look there's part of me that I 100% agree with what you're saying. Is like I've got a good thing going on here. I built this.
Mhm.
I'm the one who like for lack of a better term, I built this. But I also know that for me, and this is obviously this is anecdotal. It has nothing to do with professional sports, but when I was working in finance, I would try to find the branch that was struggling the most. And I sought out to my superiors and said, which ones are struggling? Bring me to them. I'll make them better. And I did at every single turn that I went to until I quit being at credit unions altogether. But regardless, I made the better. It doesn't really matter. But I sought out for the challenge to do it. And I'm wondering if maybe Presti is, I don't know. I'm not saying this to be true, but it feels like maybe he's like, man, if I could just say OKC, maybe I'll do it at Vegas. Maybe I'll do it at Seattle because
Man,
they're supposed to expand.
come do it here, goddamn it! Like, come do it here. Come
He did
erase.
it OKC. You want him to do it in Chicago?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, of course
Erase,
you do.
erase Michael Jordan from these delusional ass Bulls fans' memory. Come on, Sam. Like,
I swear to God, you're the best. You're the best person
like,
on social media, bro.
bring that ass. You can stay here. Hell, you can sleep in the bed with the wife, bro. Come on. I'll take the couch.
It won't even be a sternly worded letter. It'll be
Man, look,
very. It'll be eloquent.
look, man, I don't give a damn. My kids call him dad. Come on. I'm tired of this. I'm tired of this garbage.
I'll, I'll get I'll get to the chat in a minute. But as far as the dynasty is concerned, do you think that there is the potential, taking everything into consideration? Do you see that there is the potential for OKC to be the next dynasty? And by dynasty, I mean one. How do
Like
you, I guess how do you define dynasty? And then,
3 in a 5 year period minimum.
but that's what's
Got to
weird
win
too.
3 in 5 years.
But that's what's weird too. Is like, didn't San Antonio? They didn't do that, and they're considered a dynasty, right?
Yeah,
It
but
wasn't
they
3. It wasn't 3-5, was it?
but they did like 5 and 20. So it's like, all right, I'll give you that. So
Right,
like,
right. So it's all about how you define dynasty, though.
yeah, it's like what was it? 18 straight years of 50 wins or something crazy like that.
And the only
Five
one they didn't was
championships.
a lockout year.
Right. So I'll give them that. Like I'll give San Antonio that. I think you gotta win at least three titles, and I believe the 5 to 6 years.
Do you think that do you think the dynasty era is essentially cooked?
It seems that way. It definitely seems that way. I feel like right now this is the best shot at it. You also have to think about who in the like. Let's just who in the West do we really see beating OKC? The Lakers are always a threat because they have LeBron and Luka. But
For
if
like
I
what, 18 more
if
months?
exactly, if I had to put money on it, I'm taking OKC. Denver, Memphis, Minnesota. I'm taking
Don't even
OKC.
bring up Memphis, man. Even before they traded Desmond Bain, I'm not doing this with Memphis.
But
I'm out on Memphis completely.
I'm just
I was
naming
never
like, oh yeah,
there.
Houston. No, I'm not. The East is
So
straight
even with
garbage
even
right now.
even with getting Durant, like you don't even take Houston to, again, this is barring complete injury, catastrophic stuff. You don't see
No,
Houston at least getting to the second round.
yeah, they can get to the second round. They can make it to the conference finals. I just don't see them beating OKC. Like I think they still need another guy. You went and got a dude. He's an old dude, but you got a dude in KD. You need
He'll give you
another one.
25.
Like unless a Men Thompson like develops a crazy offensive game over the summer, who else scoring? Like Shingun will give you 25 one night, but then he'll come back and give you 12 the next.
Ooh, so one that's a good point. Because I wanted to ask you is that I've seen this in the NBA circulatories, the percolatings, is that Houston could still get Giannis. Do
They
you think
could.
it's possible?
Do I think it's possible? Not without giving up a man. I don't think it's possible without giving
So
up a
you so
man.
you you think they have to give up Thompson and not Shangoon?
I mean, if I'm Milwaukee, I don't want Shingun. It's like I want a man. Unless Giannis absolutely is like I want out, and Houston is the only place I'm willing to go. I want him in. Could they? Yeah, Shingun. What you do,
Well, I guess. Well,
Shingun?
I
You
guess.
still
I
got
guess if
Phoenix
you're,
unprotected pick.
I guess if you're Milwaukee, there is also the point of we're cooked,
Yeah.
so we might as well get as much as we can back. And I feel like Houston would. It feels like if you have Houston with Shangoon and also Giannis, they're not the same player. So I don't want to do that. I'm not trying to dumb it down to the same player, but they have very similar skill sets. So I feel like you'd almost have to trade them. And also Shangoon's like 5 years younger.
Mhm.
That's the whole reason why I think if you want to get him, if you're Milwaukee, you want to get something back that's similar, not the same, but similar to what he is.
I complete like look. If I'm Houston, I tell Milwaukee go f yourself. I do. Like I wouldn't as far as a man. Shingun, I'm giving
So
up in a second.
Thompson's off the board for you
For me,
completely.
yeah, yeah. I don't know. There aren't more than 6 or 7 dudes in the league. I'm giving up for him. Like I'm so high on the Men Thompson. Just he's just a dog. Like he's a dog. Like I'm looking in the chat and Evan Bradfield said Jabari and Shingun for Giannis. I mean, that's what Milwaukee will probably have to settle for with Phoenix's unprotected first round pick.
I
You
just thought
got to
there
get at
too.
least 4 first round picks.
I
You
was
have
trying to
to.
be as I was trying to do that. I was trying to be as amenable to you, and then keeping a peek over there. But like Jabari and Shangu for Giannis is
It's a nice package.
it is. But so are we not doing any picks along with it? Because this is the thing for
Like,
me is like so no, we're not doing any picks.
you got to. You have to. Because,
You have to me. Okay, so would I know? But based on what we've seen, you have to.
yeah, you have to. You have to give me some picks because I. What's that going to do for me besides have me in the lottery? Like,
Well, I so for me personally, like I and this we talk about this on the chat regularly as far as I am willing to be open about my biases. I can't stand Giannis at all. There is nothing about what he does, who he is. Well, no, as a person, that's one thing. As a player, he's to me, he's basically wants to be he wants to be Stephon Marbury, but in Dwight Howard's body.
I don't know. I love Giannis. I do.
I can't stand his ass, dude, because
Bro, like
he
it's the
always says,
person. He just seems so like there's still an innocence to Giannis that
I know, but I
I
feel like he
love the
plays.
dude.
But that's the thing is like it feels like he plays into that. He placates to saying everything that the American fan wants.
It works. It works for me. Like yeah,
No, but it does because I remember he says nothing is above winning a championship, and then he doesn't win a championship. He goes, "Well, there's more to it than that."
yeah.
And then the American people go, "Oh, there's right. You're right. There's more. It's not just about winning champion." I'm like, "Yo, this mother is playing y'all, and y'all eating it up, and that's why I don't like him." On top of his offensive game, I don't like his offensive game. I don't like the way that he plays y'all because I see through it, but he's a good person and I don't like it. He's a good person and he plays y'all and I don't like it.
Yeah, like when Giannis had like Oreos for the first time, and oh man, like that was awesome. Like he was like, "Have you guys eaten these things? These are like."
But that's the
I
thing.
love this.
He's organically so simplistic,
Yeah,
but I also feel like he's lying to you.
he might be, but
Look,
I'm buying it.
look, man,
I guess I'm that dumb bitch who dude is lying to him because I'm
I
buying it.
was man. I'm a 41-year-old cynical old man. I was nothing.
I
I'm
hear you,
always
Gran
gonna
Torino.
yo get off my Oreo ass lawn.
As long as you don't be calling people what he called them Asian people, we good.
I've never seen the movie, so I don't
Oh,
know what.
go ahead, watch it.
No, I don't. I don't. Nope. Nope. I don't. I
I'm
don't. I
not
don't
gonna
think.
say what he said. I'll tell
I
you off
don't.
air.
I
I'll tell
don't think
you.
that I will watch that movie. You're not gonna. You're not gonna bait me, bro.
It's a good movie. I swear to God, it's a good movie.
I mean,
Like
you say that, but you
Corey's
were
in
trying.
Corey's in the chat. Corey's seen every movie known to man. Corey, Gran Torino, yay or nay? Go ahead. Let us know how you feel.
Actually, no, we do. We have to actually get to the chat because that is something we have been avoiding for a while. Whoa, we are active in there.
Yeah.
Is Houston the best chance to beat OKC? Says Evan. It's always tough to say. Always tough to say right now because you never know. Because Kevin Durant's. I don't want to say your age because I'm older than you are, and I don't want
No,
to do
he
that.
is. We would have been in high school. We would have took some classes together.
But it's something where they seemingly have the depth, and they also kept Reed Shepard. Like he
Yeah.
can be he's a defensive liability, but he can still hoop.
Yeah, he is a high end, and I don't mean this as disrespect. He's a high end Peyton Pritchard to me. Like I believe he can be a better version of Peyton Pritchard
Ooh, see, I
because he's not going to give you much defensively, but offensively, he'll light your ass up.
now I can't tell you because I didn't obviously Reed didn't get a whole lot of run. So I can't tell you for certain that I know that he would be a comp for Pritchard. Pritchard to me seemed very robotic and very mechanical, very mechanical, which is, most white people playing hoops. That's largely what they give you. But we have evolved to the Tyler Heroes of the world, and
Cooper Flags.
Maybe Reed can be that guy, but he's at this point in time, yes, he is a defensive liability. But it's like with anything in sports, is it's not just that. So you're not fully evolved when you come into the league when you're 18, 19, 20 years old. You're not supposed to be. Same thing with coaches. To me, like even coaches can struggle initially, get a different team, get different players, get different management, and they can get better. Reed Shepherd might take that next step, but maybe he won't. But he was only a rookie, so it's really hard to crucify that guy.
Yeah, no, he was a rookie on a loaded team that was trying to win. I know, he had a few times where he got some major minutes, and I think he did well. Like I really think he did. Like hell, he lit the Bulls up one game, so I think he did well. I want to see more of him. I want him to get rid of Van Fleet, so Pritchard can play. You draft him with the third overall pick for a reason. Let him
Oh, you
play.
said that you want to get rid of Van Vliet?
Yeah, let him go. Little Freddie from Rockford. Go on. Little light skinned dude. Go
I mean, he
somewhere.
is making 40 million a year.
He's about to opt out. Like
45.
somebody gonna give him more? Who's paying Van Fleet that much money?
You might as well take what you got, man.
Oh,
Like you have to know your worth, man. And that's the whole thing. Is like for me, and I know for you, we look at this thing as get all the money that you can.
absolutely.
Get
But
it all. But also don't overplay your hand. The one person I will say this, the one person I feel the worst about when it comes to people or play like professional basketball, we'll keep it at that, is Devin Schroeder. He's the guy I feel the worst for because he is somebody who apparently everybody loves to have on their team. And when he's on their team, they're like, hey, look how good Dennis Schroeder is. But they mock him for turning down a crazy bag. And I get it. But it's also, he still made his money. But that's the guy I feel the worst about, man. Dennis Schroeder to me up there is like the top of, he didn't deserve what he had coming to him. Not coming to him because obviously it was his own decision. So I don't want to do it that way. But
overplayed his hand. You were sitting at 19 and you said hit me. Oh, you just yeah.
And
Now
you
you're at
busted.
22. Now you're
you
at
busted.
22,
and Adam Silver had you busted.
Hey, the German dude, German brother. Yeah.
Well, the difference between you and Dennis Schroeder is that you got that color on your chin, and he got up here.
Yeah, but my shit natural. He died
Yeah,
here.
he dyed it.
Fake ass Dennis Rodman.
Do you? All right. What we got going on in the chat real quick because we barely got through any of this. Oh, Pritchard versus McConnell.
Pritchard.
I feel like it's a good that Evan Bradfield of the In My Bag apparel and recognized game podcast is that who would you rather have?
Pritchard. Yeah,
Are you
I'm not.
talking
I'm
about?
not gonna be.
Are you talking about as a starter or as a backup?
I don't care, Pritchard. I'm not gonna be like. I understand what McConnell did in the finals and stuff like. Pritchard did it all year. Like, give me Pritchard. Give
I've
me.
always had a weird
And McConnell can't
affinity.
shoot. I can't stand guards who can't shoot. Like he'll hit
One,
one every now and then, but a guard, you should be able to knock down the open three. He misses
It's not even just
way
that,
too
man.
many open shots.
It's the way he shoots. It's his form. It's irritating to me. I'm a white guy. The only thing that I know how to do is shoot, and I see his formation, and I want to yell at him.
Man, look, Braxton had a game on Saturday. He was guarding. He was roaming on defense. This dude hit knocked down a three. I told him, I'm like, hey man, you see the white boy out there? You can't leave him open. If it's one thing
There's
that
only
he can
like
do,
there's only like maybe 6 or 7 white dudes in the history of the NBA who can say, "Don't leave him open." TJ McCollum, not that guy.
no.
But
Like,
he's also he's a backup point guard. That's his role. That's
yeah,
what he's
he
supposed to do, which
yeah
is
he
fine.
does his job.
Which is fine.
Absolutely, he does his job. I would prefer to have Pritchard because he's the spark to come off the bench. He gonna get we're down. He can bring us back. He gets hot. He can bring us back. Hell, we're up. He gets hot. He can put him away. So I want the dude who can come off the bench and drop 30.
Well, see that's the thing is that there's levels to all this. Like I like TJ McConnell, and again, I'm probably more impartial than others just because I used to trade for him all the time in like 2K 17, 18. I wanted that perimeter defense because I never played it. What I did was I would just watch the games and I'd clean the house. That's what I would do. And I would have TJ McConnell. I would do that. I would have TJ McConnell. I would trade for Patrick Beverly all the time because I wanted that perimeter defense for my guards. But I also like he's not a starting point guard. He's just not. He's somebody who can rattle you, get up in your junk, do what he needs to do. But the thing that he's going to be able to do starting point guard stuff, the way that he acts, especially and at his age, I don't know, man. It just feels like he got some love during this postseason, which he deserves. But this is some Matthew Dellavedova is basically what it is.
I'll do you one. Here's a guy I'll take over both of them. White backup point guard. Give me Ty Jerome.
Wait, white backup point guard?
Give me Ty Jerome over both of them. Long term. Give me Ty Jerome.
Ty Jerome?
From Cleveland. Give me him.
Oh, isn't he the dude who's now playing overseas and averaging like 45 a game?
No, he's gonna get paid this offseason. He played for Cleveland this year.
Oh no, that's right. Oh no, never mind. There it is.
Yeah, give me him long term over.
He's not getting paid 45 a year.
No, he won't get that much, but he's going to get a nice little raise this summer.
I thought you said 45, and I was like, bro,
no.
That's what I thought you said. That was my fault. No, sir.
Yeah, no, he's not getting that. Shoot. I hated him in college because I hate everything about University of Virginia, but
except for your dog.
She's right here asleep.
I heard her whimper in the background.
She is right here asleep. So
we really haven't even gotten to any of these other topics because we've been hanging around, just kind of around and saying stuff. But so we obviously know Thunder win NBA Finals, all that good stuff. Let's see. Oh, we didn't even get to the Achilles tear, dude. We have gotten to none of these things because we got sidetracked. Achilles tear for Halliburton.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think it's because of the shoes? Because I will say this real quick. I shared the exact same video that I put on the Sports Avengers page. Put it on TikTok. It's got 30,000 views. And most people are saying it's because of the shoes. But last time I remembered, like nobody was complaining about the shoes. But now all of a sudden they want to. Who's the person who said that the shoes are the problem? And do you believe that they actually are?
Absolutely not. Like when we were growing up, it was sacrilegious to hoop in low tops. You weren't going to do it. You worried about your ankles. Some people might double tie it around their ankles or whatever. Like you didn't do it. Dudes have been hooping in low tops for like almost 20 years now. Like, no,
Thank
it's
you.
not the shoes. It's the calf. Like it's just it's simple. You have a calf strain, you're more susceptible to a torn Achilles. That's just what it is. Like it's not the shoes. Like they were, what are they, Nikes? No, like Kobe,
Well,
half the league hoops in low top Kobe's.
we'll see, and that's the thing is that everybody now from my video that because I put it out here on the Avengers page, but then I reposted it to TikTok, and I've got 30,000 views, and most everybody's saying it's because of low tops, and I'm going. You do realize they've been playing in low tops for a very, very, very long time. Did you never once to think that maybe it's because of how much run they're getting, the way how much athletic these guys have to be? They have to cover more court than they ever had to be. The fat twitch muscle. So that never won because everyone who is opposing to me is like, well, other players tore their Achilles. Yeah, but you named 5 in 40 years. We're naming 3 in one playoff series.
Just think about it. KD tore his Achilles, calf injury. Damian Lillard tore his Achilles, calf injury. Jason Tatum tore his Achilles, calf injury. Tyrese Halliburton just tore his Achilles, calf injury. My homeboy Mike tore his Achilles, calf injury. Like it's just what it is. It has nothing to do with the shoes. These aren't the big baller brand shoes. This ain't that.
Yeah, yeah, they're not basically Crocs with straps.
That was some ugly ass shoes, man. I almost
They
bought
were
some just to
awful.
support.
I thought about buying some. I'm really glad I didn't.
Yeah. Yeah, hell, LeVar Ball.
Because
I mean,
otherwise,
he
I'd
lost
end
a.
up like Tyrese Halliburton.
He might end up like LeVar Ball. He's missing half a leg now, man. Might have been the shoes. So no, I'm not. I'm cool on those. That
I
man
was,
leg look like
it was
this. I'm cool. Like no, I'm.
Evan said I hoop at high tops and tore mine as well. Look, man, I've done it. I tore mine wearing high tops, but again, I wasn't doing anything like I was doing anything out of control. Just somebody rolled up on my ankle, and I was wearing high tops. I prefer high tops. It's what I rock. But everybody seems to be a sports doctor, but they're not a sports doctor.
Exactly. Including
Exactly.
us.
All right, so we talked a little bit about the Thunder winning the championship, a little bit about the dynasty stuff. We talked about the shoes and what we're gonna do. Do you have anything? Ooh, Evan says this was similar to Hallie. Mine was not that way. Oh, here we go. Hallie, to me, we'll put in the little because I already have it in the description. To me, Halliburton was in a lose-lose situation regardless. It felt like if he didn't play game 7, in his mind, it would be, could I have won with them? If they won without him, it's we didn't really need you and you're not really a superstar. If they won with him, that's the only W that he gets in his own personal memory bank.
Mhm.
Do you think that's accurate or no? Because I feel like that dude is in a lose situation, except for if they win, if he plays and he's never injured. Or not injured, but he plays through it and they win.
Yeah, that was the only possible win for him. I mean, I honestly, it's still a win for him. Like if you think about the postseason run and the shots that he hit, and the fact that like he went down with the ship, he went out fight. The lose for him is obviously he's going to miss most, if not all, of next season. But he's he's an Indiana god now at this point. Like he's what else outside of them winning? What else could he have done? Like he laid it all out there. He knew what the risk was. He still played. It's like, man, you talk about big balls. Yeah, you got big balls. Like he just okay. Thank you. Sorry, I have a toddler right here. Uh
Good.
he yeah, I don't think it was a lose lose. Like it's yeah, he's out for the season, but it's 2025. Dudes come back from Achilles. 20 years ago, it might be a death blow, but now he'll be fine. It might end up helping him. Like, they win, or hell, they lose next season. They might end up winning the lottery and getting AJ Divinesta or something like that. Might be a Tim Duncan type situation.
See, I don't think it's going to be that bad of a situation, though. He is because what he's going through right now, it is going to be. It's not quite what Jason Tatum is going through, but it's similar because they're in similar time frames. They're both going to miss essentially the entire regular season, and depending on where you are in your development, and I mean, this sounds. I hate doing this because I'm not a doctor, and I hate that social media doctors pretend like they're better than anybody else. But it does feel like at this point in time that if he goes under surgery now, which it seems like he's going to, he may not be completely ready. And then even if he is, you're gonna have to ease him back into it after because it's not the NFL. Like you don't get 6-7 months. Even the NFL is in 6. If you miss the playoffs, it's 6-7 months essentially. In that ballpark. With the NBA, it's June right now. It's almost July, which means that the season starts in October. That's 4 months from now. There's no chance that he's going to be relatively effective until basically the playoffs next year. So for me, like Indy's kind of cooked, and it's not because it's just Indy. It's more of we haven't had a we talked about this earlier. We haven't had a repeat champion in what 8 years, and the Pacers went to back Eastern Conference Finals, but it's not likely they'll do it again, especially based off of this. And TJ McConnell is not a starting point guard. He's a perennial backup. So I feel like Indy's just they're almost kind of in rebuild mode at this point in time.
That's how I would play it if I'm them. Like I wouldn't rush him back.
There's no
Like
reason to.
if we don't make the playoffs, we don't make the playoffs. Like we didn't have our best player. Like we let's hit this lottery. Like I firmly believe in that. Like if I'm an exec, like I gotta think about like, all right, what's gonna help us? What I can go and trade for somebody who can, maybe fill in for a little while for them. Yeah, I could do that, but it probably still won't get us to the mountaintop. Or I could, load manage Pascal Siakam a lot more than I probably would have if Halliburton was healthy. I can, honestly let Miles Turner walk and let's go reset.
Could you imagine if they did that? Because like Miles Turner has been on the trade block since the moment he got to Indiana.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, he's a free agent. The money, he's about to get overpaid. Like, let's not even, there's no if, ands,
Do
buts,
you think
maybe.
so?
Absolutely. Because somebody's gonna go give him like 30 to 40 million dollars
But that's that's
for
a
us.
that's a that's a mid level contract right now, though.
And he's a 7-footer that averages 6 rebounds a game. Like I need more. I need more from Miles Turner. Like he was doing well early in the postseason, and he disappeared in the finals. He had one good game in the finals.
Yeah, I mean that's a fair assessment. But he's also been on the trade block for a decade. Like,
Yeah,
why would you feel like you want to go back to some place that's constantly trying to deal you?
I mean maybe he don't want to move all his Legos or something. Like I
He
let
got a
him
lot of
walk.
Legos,
Yeah, a lot of Legos, more than my kids. But he also has millions of dollars
but
and
he
ain't
also
broke.
doesn't have that yellow model. No, I was gonna do some Chris Brown stuff. But I was nope. I realized that things aren't the same way. Let's get back to the chat real quick. Evan says Indy and Boston reset the same time. I don't know about that.
I don't
Could
think
Indy
Boston
could
is
and could Indy
bad
go for
enough.
Drew?
I could see that. I could see Indy making a play for Drew because even when Halliburton comes back, they can play off each other. I could definitely
So
see that.
so again, like I personally am not 100% set on how the trade evaluations go. Not the evaluations, but as far as like the timeline of when they can be done. But when's the earliest that Indy could trade for Drew?
Today, they don't. Portland doesn't have to keep him because
See,
remember,
I thought there was a timeline of maybe that's
no,
in season. Maybe I'm
if
thinking in season.
no, if they signed him as a free agent, then there's a timeline in which they can trade him. But if you trade, because remember when Damian Lillard got traded to Milwaukee, it was for Drew, and then Portland immediately flipped Drew to Boston. So
Oh,
essentially, the
that's
same thing
right.
could happen.
That's right. Yeah. No, I'm sorry. I got this 2K brain in my mind because I remember like, well, once you I start overthinking things. I thought you had to wait a certain amount of time, but again, that was probably more in season than off
Yeah.
season.
So like if whoever signs Miles Turner, like let's say hell the Boston Bloomer Girls or whatever, they signed Miles Turner this summer. They can't trade him until December. December 15th, I think will be the earliest they could trade him.
Gotcha.
But oh
Well, it's already put out in the universe. Do you think that Indy obviously it feels like Indy could go for Drew? Should they?
no, not to me. Because I don't think Drew like he'll be a nice piece. You'll still compete. You'll make the playoffs, and then you'll go home. Like he's not as dynamic as Halliburton is. He's not going to give you the offense Halliburton does. He'll give you more defense, but I'm not going to act like Drew stays healthy. Drew was in and out the lineup all season, so I wouldn't just because you're giving up assets to get him. One and two, I really think that they should this next year's draft. And I know prospects are suspects until they prove otherwise, but this next draft is it's gonna be different. So I would try to be in there.
I feel you.
Did
Evan said his rebounds killed a couple of my parlays. I'm not sure which one.
Miles Turner. That's what he told me.
That's probably who he's talking about.
I'm trying to tell you. Oh, off. It's not in the ticker, but FanDuel.
Yeah,
FanDuel.
you want to fight FanDuel in the streets, and I don't blame you for it.
I mean, that's some bullshit. Excuse my language, but like FanDuel
No, I'll
wants
tell you, I'm
to
more liberal now, man. You good?
wants to void out parlays basically because people are using discords like myself. I use a discord. I've more than got my money's worth from the discord, like because they hit for a bunch of discords hit for a couple $100,000 yesterday. So now you want to roll out a policy saying that, oh, if we feel like there's collusion, we'll void bets and cancel accounts. Bro, if you want to do that, give me my money back for Tyrese Halliburton getting hurt the other day. You
Yo,
won millions of dollars off of Tyrese Halliburton, but you're pissed that the house lost one day. Man, fuck you, FanDuel.
I was gonna say, do you want to talk about? Go on your rant. Go on
Man,
your rant.
it's FanDuel, St. Louis, Detroit right now. That's how I feel. Like that's garbage. It's garbage. Like you make millions of dollars from idiots like myself who,
You're good at
you
what you
know,
do, though.
I mean, I do enough to pay bills, but I'm not doing well enough to stop working. But like, come on, that's BS. It's BS. I'm sorry. Like, that just blew me. I'll freestyle on this beat, but you know,
I'm telling you, man. I got four more for the next one.
I got a hot 16 for you. It's
No,
gonna
man.
be a diss
It's
track.
for who?
Oh, St.
Detroit.
Louis.
San.
St. Louis.
So who do you hate more, Detroit or St. Louis?
Oh, St. Louis easily. St. Louis
I
easily.
was Detroit, but
No, Detroit. I like honestly, I pity Detroit. Like, yo, you don't got clean water. Like a lot of your women ugly.
we're
Um,
doing we're doing the Charles Barkley thing again.
they're not big. They all look like sexy red. Like, ugh. Well, who is from St. Louis? Who is
Yo,
from so
so
that'll tell you about St. Louis right there. Sexy red is from St. Louis.
I'll tell you this. I will say this. Happily married man, love my wife. I think my wife is beautiful as hell. Sexy red. That is some bait and switch.
And look, ain't nothing pink about it. It came in my Twitter feed, and it was one of the worst things I ever seen. Ugh.
Ugh. All
Look
right,
like
man.
gyro meat. Like I'm ugh.
Well, dude, we've been talking about for an hour now. So we need to speed ahead. What will this be more remembered for? The Thunder winning or the Pacers losing?
Whatever people want to fit their narrative. For me, it'll be
Thank you, sir.
OKC winning. It'll be OKC winning for me. But you have the people who like, oh well, OKC wouldn't have won if. I mean, you don't know that. You don't know that. Like if my uncle had a vagina, he'd be my aunt. Like so, you don't know that. Like OKC won. Like it's not like when Halliburton was in the game, they were blown. Like Halliburton had it cooking. Don't get me wrong, but like yeah. I agree with Corey. It'll be forever remembered as the NBA Finals that nobody cared about. Completely agree.
I
Completely
mean,
agree.
there's a lot of truth to that. I will say this when you say like, I feel like it can be both, right? And that sounds like I'm not taking a side because I don't. The Playbook Podcast is not based on taking sides. It's based upon looking upon what's in front of us, taking the data from previous eras, reading what's going on, and seeing our own demise towards the end. And I let me go back through. To me personally, I just feel like everybody said that the Thunder would win 4 or 5, right?
Except
That
us.
was, huh?
Except us.
Yep, except you and me. Well, I'm sure there's probably some Thunder fans that, or not some Thunder fans, but some Pacers fans that agree with you and me. But no, we were very much on the pace of this wouldn't be a gentleman's sweep. It would be at least 6 and maybe go to 7. And at that point in time, you might just want to think that maybe professional sports is professional sports.
Yep. Injuries happen. Like, what if? Like, no, there's no what if. They won. Oh well,
Yeah,
if
and
COVID
you
didn't
can't
hit,
and
the
you can't.
Lakers wouldn't
Yeah,
have won in the bubble. Shut up. They did. It's over. There's nothing we can do about it.
yeah, and I feel the same way. Is that they're the people who are over the top fans of certain teams are going to feel the way they feel. Like you said, with the bubble. You know, Lakers fans say it's toughest the toughest ring ever won. Everybody else who's not Lakers fans or not LeBron fans says, well, it's a joke. But like that's a line of demarcation is one thing that was different than anything we've ever seen before is either the best or the worst, and that's how most of society is right now.
Yeah. No, it's the Thunder earned this championship. They earned it. Like they were the best team in the league all season. So for people to be like, oh, if Halliburton wouldn't have got hurt, how do you even like how does your brain compute that? They won 65 games. They have the highest margin of victory in regular season history.
Oh, the
Like
Thunder? Yeah.
I believe so. So like what are we doing?
No, and I'm with you, man. Like it's one of those things where the do I think the Thunder will repeat next year? No, I don't. And it's mostly because I have the same thought process that I've had for years and years and years, regardless of sport, is that what fans like to do is dumb it down to, well, you only got here, you can only get better, right? We get that all the time. So a couple of years ago with the Lions, they can only get further. Red or the Washington football team, nobody had them even being in the playoffs. They got in the NFC Championship game. Now all of a sudden, they're supposed to get better and get in the Super Bowl. I don't believe that. Now, obviously, well, even still, the Western Conference Finals. The Thunder weren't even in the Western Conference Finals last year, and they made the next step to it. So, do I believe they're going to repeat? No. We haven't had a repeat champion in
Almost
what,
a
9
decade.
years?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not putting my stock in the fact that that is what's going to happen. Could it? Sure, absolutely. But also, this league is just too stacked with too many. You can say what you want to as far as the the greatness of certain players, but if you want to be an old head and be that guy, you certainly can. But there's just too many really, really, really great players right now that you're going to run into somebody who's going to beat you in the ass.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. It's a lot like there is parity in the league. I just the only reason I'm saying Thunder repeat is just because I think the rest of the league is just garbage. I
So
mean I
is
think
it
the NBA is garbage as a whole. But it,
so so do you think when you said the NBA is garbage, I know what you're saying, but I want to get some more I want you to contextualize it is do you mean the top is so top heavy and the bottom is so garbage?
I just feel like not even that. Like the parity is from the bottom to there's like
Seventh best team?
three teams that I actually think can possibly win a championship right now next year, and
You
none
said
of them are in the East.
wait, you said how many? I'm sorry.
Three, so it's like
Three teams that could win that three teams that could win a championship.
next year. Yes,
And
that's
they're
it.
all in the
Like I
West.
believe OKC, Denver, and I know a lot of people ain't gonna, but the Lakers.
I didn't like the fact that you said the Nuggets because I don't believe that at all.
I don't believe it for real either, but
What
They
else
took
am I supposed
they
to
took
say?
oh no, because they took OKC to 7 games. And if Michael Porter Jr. got his head out of his ass and actually hooped in this series, Denver could have won this series.
But see, that's the whole thing too, is that dude is a liability on defense and is incredibly inconsistent on offense, and he's making bonkers money.
But my boy Christian Brown is going to progress next year, and we won't. And I said we like I'm a Nuggets fan, and they won't even have to depend on Michael Porter Jr. the way that they were. Like I love Christian Brown, even though he went to Kansas, and I hate Kansas. FanDuel, St. Louis, Detroit, Kansas Jayhawks basketball.
So let me ask you this, because I know monetarily they don't line up. But let's say we can make some kind of argument for Christian Brown's monetary value goes up because he's not making MPJ money, and then we
Mhm.
can bring him down. What would you rather get rid of, MPJ or Christian Brown?
Oh, MPJ, bye, peace.
Thank you.
Like
All right,
I
I
love
was trying to be
I
rude, but
love the Nuggets wings. Brown, Julian Strother, let's ride. Like I'm getting MPJ out of here. Like just don't send them here,
they
please.
just became your third favorite franchise in history, and you got no.
I ain't gonna say all that. I just like Christian Brown. He's just cold. Like he's so he Christian Brown is what people think Austin Reeves is. Like he's really like that. He just doesn't get the shots that Austin Reeves does because he plays with Jokic, Porter Jr., and Jamal Murray.
I will say so. My assessment of those two dudes, um, Austin and Christian, is that Austin seems like he seems to be more loosey goosey with with his handle, right? He seems to be more and one mixtape, but Christian seems to be more tight with what he's doing, and is doing it within the flow of what one Mike Malone was wanting him to do before he got fired, which again was a weird transaction. But Christian Brown just seems like he seems like a tighter version. Austin just seems like he's living in the LA moment.
Oh, I just think he's overrated.
I don't look. I don't think he's great. I don't think he's great. Not trying to do that. He's not great. We're not doing that. But I little melon down, little bubble. But I don't think that he's a great basketball player. They're both, depending on where they are and what is expected of them, they can thrive in certain situations, is what I think they could be. And hell, just even swap teams. Like I think that's at least on the board, right?
If you swap teams, I honestly think that they would help the other team more than their current teams. Because Reeves would be, he could handle the ball, take some of the pressure off Jamal Murray and Jokic.
Well,
Christian
Jamal
Brown.
hardly ever plays in the regular season either, too.
I mean, yeah. But even so, Austin Reeves could be that 3 and D that the Lakers are missing. Like Brown, I'm Austin Reeves. Christian Brown can defend. He's not a great defender, but he's not nowhere near a liability out there. He
He's
attacks the
active.
yeah, he attacks the basket. He's a good spot up shooter. You playing with like LeBron and Luca, those back cuts that he makes, oh man, he's giving you 15 a game just off of him moving without the ball.
Well, for 1 year, because LeBron's going to retire and Luca's going to be at
Yeah, but
least.
then you got Bronny stepping in, so it don't even matter.
Bro, could you imagine they had Bronny Bryce? And god damn, bro. Did you... oh my goodness.
Man,
Uh, Did you have anything
That's
you wanted to throw into the?
yeah,
What the hell was in the
yeah.
background? What was that noise?
Oh, my one of the kids went in the laundry room. So I don't know what they did in the laundry room, but they went in the laundry room. So
Hey man, keep telling you, man. The kiddo, like I said, we can coordinate a kiddo podcast. My son, your son, we'll do something fun. Is there anything that you want to throw out in the universe real quick? Because we've been talking for a long. It was weird because we only had like 3 or 4 different topics, but it always steamrolls into this.
it's because we're friends. We can do this without topics. Honestly, we'll make it work regardless. But no,
That's a true story.
I'm excited for the draft tomorrow. I'm excited to see, know, I'm excited to see, even though with NIL, most of them are already millionaires, but just new millionaires, and I love hearing the stories and just seeing these kids get to live out their dreams. So that's really what I'm looking forward to tomorrow.
I'll tell you what, since I don't really care so much about the podcast, we have not really addressed the uh, chat that much. How many? How much time do you have available to you?
I'm chilling. I am outside of ordering some food from Uber Eats. I don't
I
have
thought that was the
anything
whole
planned.
reason why you couldn't be on beforehand.
No, like, look. So I was looking at Uber Eats and got sidetracked. So, so I was just
put your
like, man,
put your questions in the comments. We hear live streaming.
yeah, no. I saw that. Brady said LeBron was the GOAT. That was cute. That was
Yeah, well, you're an Illinois guy.
I
I
2012
personally, I
LeBron.
personally, don't, I personally just don't give about all the top 5, top tens. I just don't do it.
2012 LeBron is the greatest basketball player I have ever seen in my life. 2012 LeBron, the greatest basketball player I've
Well,
ever seen.
I don't have enough memory on my computer to download all this video, but I do for the audio.
Yeah, that he was just different, man. Like he was just different. He was so angry. He was an angry black man. Like he really was. Like he fit into that stereotype. Like, man, like this is an angry brother right here.
The weird thing is that we never saw that version from him
Exactly.
until the second year in Miami. Then he wanted to be the villain. He accepted it, and it was fucking game over.
I'm sorry. I just lost the parlay right now. $600, bro. Like I was on my last leg. God.
Wait,
Mm.
what are you doing? You
First
lost six
inning.
hundred bucks, or you?
No, no. I do first inning parlays. Over under 1 run scored in the first inning. So you know, Tariq Scooble's pitching, best pitcher in baseball. I'm like, oh yeah, I'll take the under on 1 run being scored in the first inning. No, he gives up 2 runs to the damn Oakland. Not even Oakland. They don't even have a home. The Athletics.
The home Clean Athletic. I'm trying to do that eloquently, and I can't. The home Clean Athletics.
2016 LeBron in the playoffs was incredible, but for the start to finish, I gotta go 2012.
So not even what he did against the Pistons.
I mean, that was a good moment, but just like that whole season, LeBron
That's
was just
fair.
otherworldly.
That's fair. Like in the moment, like in right for one game, that moment encompassed. I can get that. Um. Well, tell you what. What else do you have to talk about, man? I feel like we need to take a break because, dude, we've been doing this for an hour and a half. We
I'm
can go.
it's we're in the heart of the slow season. We're everybody's waiting for NFL training camps to start because nobody really wants. Like, we're not gonna sit here and do a podcast about baseball. Like, I can talk about baseball for a few minutes. You know,
I don't
I
watch baseball anymore.
yeah, I mean, it's regional, so I don't give a damn about the Miami Marlins. Like
I do
Ronald,
like their colors though. I like their
oh,
logo.
so I honestly
Uh
was just about to say something about Acuna. Acuna is on fire.
this
Like,
motherfucker just had it.
he's on fire. He's on
I
fire.
know because I was gonna go pee. I was like, man, we've been doing this for an hour and a half. I'm gonna go pee. I'll come back, and then all of a sudden you gotta bring something that you actually care about.
No, he's just on fire. That's it. I'm really mad about this parlay. Like, I cooked this parlay. I had already hit the first 5 legs. Like, God, dog, it was a plus 11,000. Like, come on,
Dude,
bro.
the parlay that you sent me or into the group chat that you couldn't actually use on your Discord,
Yeah,
bro.
I would have went and bought a brand new 2025 something today if I hit that.
Bro, if you would have hit that, you should have flown up here and then bought whatever you wanted from me, and then I would have flown you back down to Illinois, dog.
As long as you ain't charging me shipping on that car, we good.
I can't tell you that I would or wouldn't. It's not a me thing.
I'll try to hit Nigel up and see if he can, ship it through the military or something. Like,
That's the guy you need to hit up because no, we don't pay for that stuff. Well, it's just so weird, man. Like being in Alaska and doing what I do, because we have people all the time say, well, I live in Colorado. I want to buy this vehicle. What are you going to do to ship it to me? And I go, nothing. Like you want me to pay for everything? I'm sorry, I can't do that. It's just those things happen sometimes.
yeah, it's all right.
But anyway, so like about 5 minutes left because I already know I already said what I said. But anything you want to actually get back out there that we had on the docket or that you want to kind of put onto the universe and just
Not at the moment. Like, I'm excited. College football season, and when I say that, I mean the video game is upon us. I've already pre-ordered, so I'm ready to roll. I'm ready to roll. Let's do it. Let's do it. The Dynasty Deep Dive came out on YouTube this morning. I'm excited. Let's go. I'm a gamer. Let's
man, I
go.
am too, but I wish that my PS5 wouldn't crash on me every 40 minutes. It keeps doing it.
Yeah, nah, that would drive me nuts. That would drive me
So
nuts.
it has. I can play whatever PS1 to whatever I've downloaded from the PlayStation Store. I can do that whatever I want to. If I'm playing PS5 games, sports or otherwise, it crashes within 40 minutes to about an hour and a half every single time. And I've cleaned it. It's good. I flipped the console over. I lose everything all the goddamn time. And
Yeah,
that's
so
why I stopped playing sports games live is because I don't want to be credited with the loss when
you didn't lose. It was just crap. Yeah, that's. I mean, you're doing
it's
everything
not.
you're supposed to do. You're
It's
doing the
also
foreplay with it, and you said you done flipped it over, smacked it, rub it down, so
I did
and
everything.
it's
I did
still
everything I could.
premature ejaculating.
But there's
That,
also the fact that
sounds like me. So it's
never thought I heard that from you, man.
oh man, I'm almost 40 years old.
I'm
15 years
41.
ago.
I'm 41, bro. Like we ain't doing this.
Hey, I'm gonna keep it a bean. You got 10 minutes. You got 10 minutes. I mean, I'm, I'm- it's hot. I'm ready to go to sleep. You got 10 minutes. If I'm in a good mood, 12. But anything past 12, man, that's just too much, man. I ain't, hey, man, you just kicked the dog with the soccer ball, man. What are you doing?
See, this is why I love having you on because this is real life. Even though I know you have like the brick and mortar, like kind of fireplace behind you, I know that you're still doing like, hey, what you doing?
And I've muted this thing so many times tonight because of these kids. And I'm having to yell with my mouth closed.
Hey, man,
See, just like that.
I can hear it, no, man.
Yeah, I've muted so many times because of these kids.
Hey, man, that's real life. I feel like that. I feel like people actually enjoy that. That's organic. It's not us. No, we're not somebody who's super famous. We're just doing this thing on the side and hanging out and just talking sports, and this is real life, man. So I don't think you have to apologize at all for what you're doing, or how or what you've done for me.
Well, I appreciate you. But I am gonna hop off because my daughter just won an award at so I want to celebrate her.
Well, what
She's
the
in
hell are
a
you doing here then?
they just walked in the door and she got the medal around her neck. Come on, you wanna get on?
Yeah,
Yeah, go ahead.
pop on the
There you go.
podcast.
Go ahead, pop show your medal. There you go.
What's your daughter's name?
Harper, she can't hear you. I got headphones in, so
Oh,
yeah,
hey, her. So she got a medal,
she got a medal. Yeah, let me oh, what
and
you
what
got?
she get a medal for?
Oh yeah. She is in like we're religious people, so she's doing the Bible Bowl and she's on her way to winning this Bible spelling bee. So
Bible
we just
spelling bee. Well,
that's
Harper,
right.
congratulations. I know that
All
some
right.
people can't see it, but it doesn't matter. Harper, congratulations on win or getting in that Bible spelling bee.
All right, well, go shower.
All right, man. Well, I appreciate it. I'm glad. I'm sorry that was a little bit of a awkward ending to that, but either way, Harper, great job. We appreciate you. We love you, and to the doggies, the rest of the kids, your wife, love you. Stay up, stay blessed, and my wife has a crazy long softball tournament tomorrow. So if you want to hop on tomorrow, we can do another one.
Let's do it. NBA draft.
And I have nothing to bring to you because I only know Cooper Flag, and that's about it.
Okay.
But anyway, you guys know Joe. Stay blessed. We'll get you guys on the next one.
Thanks.